Hi guys, I'm Nick, and I've been roaming the open road for 3 years in too many self-built camper vans. I'm currently travelling with my partner Sam, hey, and when we are lucky, my pup Lord Onyx comes for a joyride with us too. Subscribe for van life adventures every week.
Last week we kicked off our European road trip with a close call to an overnight stay in a French police cell. We were glad to put that all quickly behind us and managed to end the week on a high, getting to see a rock that looks very familiar, and soaked in some free thermal baths. If you've missed it, click the card above to catch up. In this week's episode we bring you plenty more adventures and sickeningly beautiful roads to drive. I can't believe we made it to Picos de Europa. We share some pretty damn spectacular park-ups if I do say so myself, and Onyx tackles his very first mountain. Guys, welcome back. We are literally picking up the camera 5 minutes later to when we left you off, and we are at an air.
And how amazing they are. Who doesn't love free water?
Yeah, Sam is so excited over these airs.
So good here.
Because you've not really experienced airs since you've been in a van, whereas I've come to Europe before, so I'm a little bit used to it, but it is amazing. To have to just rock up, get free water, empty any like waste and things like that. Yeah, we're loving it.
Clean
so we're already on a high.
Shower.
For the beginning of this YouTube, so hopefully it remains like that. So I'll give you a wee tour. Sorry, we're not in Ireland anymore, are we? I'll give you a tour of the air here. It's really simple. I know some of you guys may have seen some before, but if you haven't, they're literally just like a space for motorhomes. So there's two of us here. Oh, we're both from the UK. Oh, that's cool. Maybe we'll see them in the morning. And then you've got like a little section that you can park on whilst you do all like the services. Onyx, get back here. And literally there's always bins. We've got a tap, another tap, and around the corner, I'm going backwards, so dangerous, is the chemical toilet disposal. Obviously we don't use that, but it's always handy for people on the road. To be honest, from some of the ones I've seen, this is actually a really nice one too. So honestly, I have so many toilet stories I could share with you from my chemical toilet and some of the airs in Spain. Honestly, it could make anyone vomit. So anyway, we'll leave you here. We're gonna get some dinner down us and we'll probably catch you in the morning for another adventure. Our first adventure of the week was a hike to Salto del Nervion, a waterfall that plunges over 220 metres. The landscapes were beautiful and there are plenty of roaming cows and horses to see, or in my case, hide from. We forget the seasons here compared to the UK are a little different, so as we looked over the viewpoint, the river was dry to the bone. To begin with, we were gutted, but actually, have you ever walked on a riverbed before?
Some superior drain.
Next time I'll just remember his bowl.
This is the best bowl.
We haven't, so we clambered down the rocky pathway and got to stand exactly where the waterfall would cascade down into the valley below. It was slightly scary as the rocks were overhanging, but it was a truly awesome experience.
So, I love a man, or I love for me.
When you get back to the van and someone's drawn on it for you. Anyone know what that means? In the north of Spain, the climate is very diverse. So far, in the mornings, it is extremely cold, frosted windows and the need for a heater. But by the afternoon, the sun greets us with around 18 degrees of warmth. Anyway, it's time for a drive through the Cantabrian mountains. I wish we had more time to spend here, but we are chasing the sun to Portugal, and with only 3 months in Schengen, some places will just have to wait until our return. If you're in the area, we highly recommend the CA631 route. It's a bloody stunner. Morning!
So we ended up staying at another air last night.
Yeah.
We seem to be air hopping quite a lot since we've arrived here,
Yeah.
which isn't our intended plan, but they've all been awesome.
Yeah, like last night's one had a communal pizza oven, barbecues, picnic benches and a gym, and the one the night before had an outdoor pool, gym and picnic benches and barbecues, didn't it? This one's not so great, it's literally a car park, but
And
yeah.
the doggy agility
Yeah,
course,
but
wasn't it?
yeah, we've been here because, why have we been here?
Basically, we came here because we're not allowed to wild camp in Asturias, which is our next destination.
Yeah, and all the park for nights that we saw, all of them had said that they were moved on by the Garda, so we couldn't be bothered to risk it. So today we're just going to location hop along Asturias and then hopefully be even further north and closer to Portugal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're looking to get to Portugal by
The end of the week. Let's go!
Let's go to
the car wash! Woo!
Yay!
At the car wash.
That was fun. It's like total wipeout.
It actually wasn't it? When
Like
I
a
said we're going to
workout.
the car wash, you were like, oh. But actually, €1, 1 minute to get this van clean. I'm soaking wet. So we've also had a bit of a dilemma with our topping up of the LPG, haven't we?
Yeah. I don't know what
This
happened
morning,
there, to be honest.
and it's been like 3 days since we topped up, we ran out of gas. So
Every time I go to make a coffee.
yeah, I don't know what happened because it wasn't like we could feel the LPG not going into the hole and our hands getting cold, or there wasn't, you know, a gas spill in the van. So I don't know what happened, but we're gonna go get some more. But we're gonna put the fault on us, aren't we, for now? And yeah.
So it can only be us, right?
Yeah, let's go get some gas and then we will go on an adventure, promise. We are now at Cave de Pindell, Pindell Cave in English. And we've made a bit of a travel mistake again.
Yeah, I guess we came here to see the monolithic cave paintings, but it says that it's actually closed on Mondays and Tuesdays thanks to Google Translator.
Yeah, and I believe from when I last came to Spain, I learned that things are closed on Mondays, so I should have remembered that.
Yeah.
But I haven't.
It kind of says that you can't really rock up and buy a ticket, you have to book in advance as well.
Yeah, but regardless, the views here are really nice. No one's around. Yeah, the tide is high right now and the swell is huge. Makes me feel a little bit uneasy, so we're going to just go back to the van and to the next stop. But that's travelling for you, isn't it? Especially in a van. Onyx, look at me. Look at me. This was a random stop and absolutely worth it to see the smile on Onyx's face. This beach was basically deserted. I guess it is October after all. It was a real beauty here with dramatic rock formations, mountain backdrops, a freshwater stream and lush green woodlands lining the cliffs. It felt like something off Jurassic Park. It's now time to head to one of the most beautiful places in Spain, Picos de Europa. Picos de Europa is 20 kilometers of mountain range and resides in the middle of 3 Spanish regions. We were blown away turn after turn. Its beauty is tranquilizing. We took the AS264 route from the town of Las Arenas to the car park we stayed at, Parking Publico, ready to start our hike for the following day.
Onyx, are you going to tell them where we are?
where we're gonna go on a walk tomorrow? No? Oh, okay. Fine. We are in the Picos de Europa area and it is absolutely stunning. The drive here, I think, is definitely one of the best drives that I have ever done. Highly recommend, so I'll make sure I pinpoint that in this vlog. We don't know what walk we're doing specifically tomorrow yet. We have a few jotted down, but we just need to check the length of them and things. Obviously we've got Onyx, so he can't go on like a ginormous hike, but I'm also saying that because I probably couldn't make it on a ginormous hike anyway. So you're a good excuse, hey, to do more of a chilled walk. Anyway, this evening we're just gonna relax, get some Spanish food down us and crack on with watching The Handmaid's Tale, which we have been loving. So we'll catch you in the morning. Night, guys. The following morning was pitch black until nearly 10 AM. We watched the sun break through the mountain peaks and the mist slowly disappear. The route we took was the Ruta del Care's cane path, as we try and keep our walks under 4 hours when with Onyx. We trailed up the mountainside to the Renaño de Bulnes viewpoint and were fortunate that all the clouds had cleared, bringing us the most spectacular views of the highest village in Picos and very famous mountain, Bulnes. So we have just finished our hike in the Picos de Europa area.
Yeah, it's a stunning walk. It's all uphill. Took about 2 hours round trip. It's got an amazing back.
An hour and a half uphill, half hour down the hill. Not my cup of tea. I definitely prefer a longer hike that's flatter to see more rather than just going directly up. But yeah, the scenery and the landscape are beautiful regardless, aren't they? So yeah, we're heading back to the van now, gonna get some food, and then we will be doing another drive through the area.
See what's next.
Yeah.
After our hike, we sadly said goodbye once again to yet another magical spot. Honestly, we could have stayed here for weeks. We know there was so much more to do, but as Sam keeps saying, let's get to the sun. The next road we took was the N625, which was yet another breathtaking route. We have been so blessed this trip to have driven through so many epic places.
I can't believe you've actually gone for this.
That's the half bit done, isn't it?
I think so. Look how bad the road is. Although it actually looks pretty like flat on the camera. It's just really, really rugged. Onyx is like, just get me to the water. But apparently you can't actually wild swim in this water, which is a shame, but it just looks really wild, so we're excited to just be here. And we also will have some cows for neighbours. We have pulled up at one of the nicest park ups we've ever stayed at, haven't we?
Yes, it's stunning.
It is amazing.
A little bit of a pig's ear to get to, but...
This week, our trip has seemed to have consisted of not just amazing drives, but lots of dried up waterbeds. This one is Embalse de Riano, which has a tragic story behind it. In the 1980s, they had planned construction of a reservoir and dam for hydroelectric power, which flooded 7 villages. Homes and farmland were lost and some residents left with nothing. The church of San Martin was moved stone by stone to mark the rebirth of the new villages that have struggled to get back to normality. 40 years on, it is described as a wound that still brings back pain. And that is how this devastating yet beautiful wasteland came about.
Guys, it was so cold last night. Although we didn't feel cold in here, you just know it was because we've just opened the door and look at this. there is ice on our curtain from the outside of the van. So, we've got our heater on. Say bye-bye!
Is this the end of the vlog?
Say ciao!
Ciao! Ciao, Bella! That's not Spanish, but we'll go with it.
So guys, we're going to call that a wrap on this week's vlog, and I think we have done one of the best drives we've ever done.
Definitely.
And I believe this is the best park up we have ever been to.
It's been so epic.
It has been amazing.
And also, we've had no police dramas, which is a good thing. And the French have not come headhunting for us, which is also good.
Yeah.
And hopefully, all being well, we'll catch you in Portugal next week.
Yeah, and also if any of you have been to Portugal recently, I'd love to know what your thoughts are on wild camping there, because I know the rules have changed. Anyway guys, let's call it a wrap and we'll catch you next week. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, subscribe and turn on those notifications. Ciao!